Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Our Mother Is Now Inside of This Heart.
There are no stars in the sky here. There is no sky. You shouldn't be here. No one should.
Okay.
In thousands of years, few have seen this place. 3 were empresses. There's a strange power in this place.
Alright. There's a rune. I guess it makes sense that Emily would end up with these powers.
I'll never walk in the sun again. I know it now.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like, she's definitely not Jessamyn's sister. I don't think she's actually Emily's aunt. She's just a freaking nobody.
Delilah slit a man's throat for a pair of shoes and painted some of the most brilliant portraits of the age, all in the same year. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes sycophants of those around her. All of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game, and now she's an empress. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
Okay. I don't really know what just happened. So we now have powers, and we're gonna collect runes and bone charms and all that bullshit. And I still don't fully know who the outsider is. Is that we probably should have read
When I was 10
books.
years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is more off-kilter than I imagined. Everything has been turned inside out, but I'm not gonna stop fighting until it makes sense again. Karnaka's the southernmost port in the Empire, once proud but fallen into disarray. Under the new Duke, the Grand Serkonan Guard has gotten increasingly oppressive. Beatings and firing squads. The bloodflies are said to be worse than ever. This is the birthplace of my father. Megan Foster keeps to herself, like she's hiding something. But she helped me escape Dunwall, and for now, I need a place to stay out of sight. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine. And I'm gonna get it back, even if I have to burn this city to the ground.
Bruh. All right. I have to pick what I'm going to say? What? No. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852. Okay. Will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman. Wyman. To get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of the Rudd Shore. at the edge of Redshore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand using sheets and hiding old audiographs upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands, screaming and laughing and all of those things. Okay. Come on, Emily, you promised to be more serious and to listen at court. And you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposals for a new decree on whale oil rationing and distribution. The anniversary. That time of year again, the anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection, though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. They've already gotten me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. Would it be so terrible if I just said what I remember about her? That wink she gave me, even as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather? The sound of her footsteps as she paced at night? The time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll? Or the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm? Now that would be a speech. Dishonored. My father is lost, turned to stone. By Delilah. Those words don't even seem real. Witchcraft, something I never would have believed possible. But now I have to believe it, so I can believe that. So I guess Corvo has, although he's trained Emily, he's definitely kept all of the stuff about the mark of the outsider and stuff. He's kept all that just legend. He hasn't divulged any of that to Emily. I can't believe it. It'll be undone. But now I have to believe it. So I can believe that it can be undone. Delilah claims to be my aunt, the rightful heir. Truth or lies? All I know is that she used magic to take my throne, aided by the weasel Duke Abiel. They must have been working on their plan for years, buying disloyalty with promises. Even Ramsay, captain of the City Watch, planting in everyone's mind the idea that my father and I could be responsible for those monstrous killings. That one or both of us were the crown killer. I'm not in a trusting mood, but Megan Foster says she knows Anton Sokolov, our old royal physician, and she helped me escape the coup. So, she's all I have right now. We're sailing for Serkonos. My Dunwall, my home, is no longer safe for me. But I never really was safe. I never really will be. The sooner I get that through my skull, the better. The Void. Oh my god. This time, it wasn't a dream. I've read about the Void and the Outsider, imagined them. Now I've seen these wonders for myself. Strange doesn't begin to cover it. The Outsider has terrible eyes, black on black. He offered me something. I know these gifts come with a price, but how could I refuse? This power might give me the edge I need to defeat Delilah. And Duke Abiel? I'll worry about paying the cost later. And what price will I pay for... Stop moving. What price will I pay for his other gift? Stop. See how it's moving back and forth? It makes it very difficult to read. Where did we go? And what price will I pay for his other gift? My mother's beloved voice, trapped in the strangest contraption. It is both comforting and chilling to be able to talk to her again, and yet it's not entirely the person I knew anymore. This thing, the heart, and it's there and not there. I have to focus in a new way to even see it. We've arrived at the southernmost tip of the empire. Strange fragrances all around. Salt, fish, spice. I don't know how to blend in here. I don't know what to eat or where to go. But this is where my father was born. So part of me belongs here too. And these are my people. Or they were until the throne was stolen by Delilah. I'm coming for you, Delilah, with my new powers. All I need now is a plan. It's making it sound very much like Corvo is actually like blood relative daddy. So I don't know anymore. I don't know. It's not what you're used to living in a palace, but this is all the coin I could scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget. And guess what now? And guess what? Now you do too. If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along the way, and we'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coup. Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs, they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov was working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, those shops can help with that as well. Ooh. So, I mean, this thing's fancier than, it's fancier than the crossbow that Corvo had, I would argue. Repair the things that got busted up in Anton's room when he was taken. Anton's been taken? It's been weeks now. No, scratch that. Not until I bring him back home. As a show of faith that he will be coming back. Unblock the storage door. Looks like something fell on the other side, and I really need to sell the stuff locked up in there to make some coin. Pay the port tax, and look the other way fees to those Grand Guard bastards before they wonder who my passenger is this time. I'll do it when I get the money. We can probably help out with some of that. So what do we got? We got locate the black market shops and unblock the cabin door. Okay, let's do some exploratory. Right. It's blocked. How about now? Still. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. We're definitely going to go explore this ship before, before meeting with Megan. Adrenaline solution. It's no longer Pietros, or whatever his name was. Dreadful whale accounting. Okay, don't really care. Just a bunch of numbers. Some goobly goop. We're not going to be able to make sense of. Ooh. So, can we see Dunwall Tower from here? Or how large is this empire? Pretty large, I think. Because, yeah. Okay. There's a big whale. They're big into whales here. In this empire. In fact, well, I mean, mostly they're big into, murdering the whales. But whatever.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father.
Right, so
I promise.
we're headed here. Yeah. And we're from here. There's a lot, there's Dishonored has the potential to be a massive franchise. Dishonored has the potential to be another Elder Scrolls series. Really. Which we will play Skyrim here at some point, because I've never played Skyrim. I know it's shameful. I ain't never done it.
The
Yeah.
jewel of the South. My father's birthplace.
I've never played Skyrim because it's got this, like, sword with a crossbow or crosshair type thing. And I hate that, but we've been doing it for Dishonored. And so now there's, I mean, you know, I feel like there's no excuse. This might be helpful. This might help us. Ooh. Oh, good God. Might help us unblock some things, no? Why can't the old man enjoy his last years? Corvo will not hesitate. Duke, Luca, and Bell, some inner circle that even seems to include Captain. Yeah, okay, we should probably read this. Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate? With good wines and spicy foods. This is Anton Sokolov, right? So we should be like, without stumbling into another nest of aristocrat vipers, eager to coil around the heart of this empire. As I've learned more each week, for months now, I've found my mind turning over, the movements beneath the surface here in Karnaka. Duke Luca Ebel, and some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey and the Dunwall City Watch, a betrayal that boggles the mind. How many others are involved? They aim their venom at our dear Empress, young Emily. That much is certain. But when will they strike, and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of Estera? What? Estera? I wrote it and I don't even know what it says. Information. Linking it together with what we already know. Can we even afford another week? Or should Megan and I set out for Bristol tonight, taking the leaky tub up through the canal? Is that what this boat's called? The leaky tub? That's amazing. Corvo will not hesitate. He will act as soon as I hand over what I know. And, if I'm not too hasty, it might be his undoing. Coming home to his native Serkonos without some critical piece of knowledge about this affair. And then there's the crowned killer to worry about. If that fiend is part of Duke Ebel's schemes, I suspect how long until the dreadful whale catches the Duke's eye. This is where we're going to find out this is not actually what he sounds like.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, your Imperial Majesty.
Not far off.
I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Bristol years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaka, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Okay. So a couple things. One, it turns out this is not called the leaky tub, which is unfortunate. What the? Oh god, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Bugs everywhere. Dried blood fly. Oh yeah, blood flies. We heard about those before, but I don't think we ever really encountered many of them. So this is not called the leaky tub, which is a shame, because I think that would be really funny. Secondly, Sokolov is missing. Thirdly, this light bulb is indestructible. And fourthly, it sounds like Megan is either not who or what we think she should be.
I'll always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov. He made so many clever devices during my mother's time.
Or Megan somehow possessed, becomes possessed, is brainwashed, is like Winter Soldier type stuff. Oh, okay. So we need to, because it sounds like Megan kidnapped Sokolov. So we need to be on the lookout for Megan here, I think. Nope. All of the things. Bloodfly study. I've wondered whether I would have another book in me. The bloodfly epidemic, coupled with the basic information on the life cycle and the behavior, might make an excellent project for me, an old natural philosopher. Bloodflies are exotic insects, unlike any other found in Sarkonos. I suspect they originated on the Polynesian continent. In groups of 3 or fewer, they are harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate that each emits a scent that has a collective effect on a larger number of bloodflies. Bloodflies are attracted to rapid movement and sound. Oh, great. So this is the new rat plague for us, essentially. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm, and in particular, the nests are quite susceptible to fire. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs, which must, I guess he's more gristly, isn't he? Like, which hatch in breathtaking fashion. After a very short time, more corpses in Sarkonan city. Yeah, I can't do it. Say during the crisis or plague mean more bloodflies. Interestingly, in the last part of the bloodfly's life cycle, they calm a great deal. Leaving the swarm, they molt, causing their wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives a solitary existence. Very odd. Bloodflies are largely restricted to preferring warm climates, like certain Asian natural philosophers. Okay, so I think we're going to hate the bloodflies, is my guess.
Must be cursed. Daft old man. This is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in the old days? All sharp metal and shadows, we'd say.
But I'm not ready to talk to you.
Duke's probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky, the Howlers will be distracted.
Why is this here? It's Delilah.
Anton started it just before he was taken. They've got history, but he wouldn't say more.
Okay, I'm officially not trusting Megan. I don't want to talk to you yet. I kind of just want to do my own thing. Chapter 4, Blood of Abel House. This chapter will focus on Editha Abel, steward of... to follow along the map. Later chapters, we will detail the times of... Yep.
It looks like the overland route to the Addermeyer Institute goes through the carriage station.
That's just what I was thinking myself. What?
So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now.
Well, it's been 15 years, apparently.
You're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know.
Yeah, not ready yet. Needing to find a way to unblock this door. Is there nothing to eat on this ship? Here we go. Don't want to get scurvy. Another!
We've
Alright,
been en route for 2 weeks. I hope so.
so somewhere over here. Right? Like this. Nope. In through a window? There's gotta be a window, maybe. Ah, or like this. Oh my god. There's just a lot of shit here, man. Yeah, we did. What was our other optional objective? Locate the black market shop. No, that'll be once we get to shore. All right, here we go. I don't trust her.
All right, you've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaka, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There were reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
So,
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around.
so is she just
We'll
flat?
take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
Is she flat out lying to us? Seems like she's lying to us.
This Dr. Hypatia. She seems to represent the good that's possible within the Empire.
Then also shock after yet another. Yeah, we've read that. Newspaper travels far.
Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father and said Theodanus was a good man. Mortimer Ramsay. The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch.
Okay, yeah, that audiograph made it sound very much like Megan was the one that took Sokolov.
Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
I guess so.
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
Oh, yeah, pull it up over your nose. That no one knows who you are now. That's it's foolproof. It's not near as cool as Corvo's mask. Let's just be honest. We'll call a spade a spade. Didn't find Addermeyer Station and take a carriage to Addermeyer Institute. It is the best lead you have on tracking down the Crown Killer. Cool. Black markets now. We're going to deal with black markets. Blueprints. Yeah. Yeah. We know all this.
I'd take you to Addermeyer by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkono spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Ew.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Addermeyer. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
Did Emily just admit that
This
she
is a good spot.
thinks orgies sound like they're fun?
Reach Addermeyer, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Addermeyer. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Why is this water red?
The familiar parts of the city are starting to feel dodgy. That's no way.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please do all three. What is happening? And until next time, goodbye. No, I'm just kidding.